All right, so next up we're going to make our cover. Pretty simple. I pulled all the pieces that I need out. This piece is cut 5.5 by 5.5. So we're gonna cut this piece 5.25 by 5.25, leaving the polka dots, the majority of it with the polka dots on there. So go 5.25. And then also 5.25 this direction. Okay. All right. And then you're gonna take your piece of the petal pink that's already got the basic borders die on it. And we're gonna glue that on. And while I'm waiting for that glue to set, I'm gonna go ahead and round corner the other side, okay, the piece. So you're just gonna round corner each of these. If you don't have a round corner, don't worry, you don't need to do it. It's just a little extra that I liked. And then same thing here, gonna round corner. All right, and that just glues right on there. All right, so the next piece are the two die cuts here. And before we put this on, we're actually, and then you got ribbon, but my ribbon is amongst the missing, which is a real shame because I think it's packed. Stand by. I'm gonna be in a lot of trouble if it's packed because I don't have any here to use. Let's just look in both of our boxes. Aha! Okay, remember I said I couldn't find the marker? Found my marker. Found my ribbon bundle. That's in your pack too. It was just all hidden underneath. I got it. Okay, good. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. All right. So before you, you're not using this, so you can cut it if not. But for this piece, I just did enough to go and wrap around each side. And I'm gonna use tear and tape to get it to stick initially. And then we'll use some dimensionals to hold it in even better, okay? Okay, so we're just gonna take this, put it around there. And then I'm also gonna take a little dimensional. Now, dimensionals in your kit, but you also got an extra sheet because I didn't feel like there was enough for you, so. I like to have my visual in front of me, so I'm gonna put that back up there, see what I'm working on. And then we're gonna add a couple more here and here. And then we just have a little piece of the ribbon here. I don't think that's enough. I think that's when I cut the other night and I didn't think it was enough. So we're just gonna tie a little knot here. This ribbon is pretty stiff. So we're gonna pull it as tight as we can. And then the other thing I did is when I trimmed it, I actually just took my snips and went up at each little each little seam. It's like a bunch of ribbons put together, woven together. Okay, and that was just so that you could rough it up and tear it up a little bit. And you definitely have to do that to get it going. It doesn't do it by itself. And then once you're done, you can clean it up a little bit. Okay. All right, so now that I have that done, I'm gonna take my little dimensional pieces off. And just center that on here. And that'll keep it, hold it, get you all in there. All right, so the next piece we're gonna do is the letters. And I put this in this little card thing in case some of them fall apart, but I found the easiest way to do this is to start from the center. So I'm gonna find my R and pull it off, and it came off fairly easy. Decide where I want it. I'm gonna use my grids here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 12, so I'm gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So about 6, I'm gonna center it. And then don't stick them down too far hard, because if you wanna like adjust them at all, then you don't want them sticking. And I definitely say use your take a pick tool to get the centers out and all the little extra pieces. Okay. I'm just gonna put on there. We're not gonna push it down till we're all the way done. In case you feel like you wanna adjust it. Like I think that D's a little too high, so I'm gonna bring it down. Like that one just came out all the way, so I'm just gonna use my take a pick tool just to get the backer off. Comes off pretty good. Now the only other thing you have on the inside is postage, which you have enough to do that too off the one sheet, and then you can use the others for anything you want. Okay, so I have that where I want. So put that away and save that for when I do the little postage envelope. The next thing I do is you have a scrap of the crumb cake, and we are going to stamp the happy birthday. And I'm just gonna do it down here because the other night we had a little too smushy of an ink pad. And then words you never hear from Elizabeth, we're gonna fussy cut this. Where's my fussy cutting friends? Because I am not the fussy cutting girl. But the trick is to move the paper and not the scissors. Now the other thing, if you don't have the mini dimensionals, we're just gonna use little snips from here. You can see I've snipped them a few places just so they're little pieces. The other thing is I like the minis, but I don't think they're as thick as these. So just trying to keep everything the same thickness. So we'll put that right there. And then, as I said, in my envelope, this is not my one, but we're gonna pull out what we need off of here. It's fine. envelope, not that one. All right, and then I just put this straight on here and then use dimensionals behind it. So put a little bit there, not all over, because I just want it to stick to the craft. All right, and then this went back here. I got it on the right side, I don't. And we're gonna put that like that. All right. And then this is gonna go like so. Is that how we want it? Yeah, about so. And then this, what I did is I put some dimensionals. Kind of went in a little bit so that it would fit on to the piece. This is why this thing of dimensionals is not enough for me. I like to overdo it. All right, I'll get this right back in there where we want it. That's how we're gonna put that there. And then we're gonna take this, and I just put a little bit of glue on this, just on the stem, and took that and put it in, oops. Probably like that. Okay, so now you have your piece, and it is ready to put on your card however you want. So we will go ahead and throw some dimensionals on here. I'm gonna put some over here too, because they're gonna be there. All right, I think that's probably pretty good. You can put it on however you want. I want some of the little zigzag to show, so I'm gonna kind of do this one a little differently. All right, and you can see that's like a little short, so I'm actually gonna layer those dimensionals. Maybe you can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna double them up so that it sits the same height. Okay, now you have your cover. It's ready to go on your book. And I've lost my book. Clear over here. So I'm just gonna take that and put that on the front. And I'm just gonna do mine straight in liquid glue. And that's where it's gonna go. Okay, so that's a cover so far.